All right, guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. We're back at it once again, this time with more American Truck Simulator gameplay, and I've got a good one for you today because we're going to be taking out this beautiful moving van setup for Atlas. It's a little mod intensive, but I think it's absolutely worth it in the end. This is going to be the Overfloater K100E that you can get on the Steam Workshop. It's got the K100 Drom Mod, which adds this box, the stretch frame, and the box on it here. And that is available on the SES software forum. And then bringing up the rear is the Atlas Van Lines R&D moving van. It's a Kentucky. I think it's a Kentucky. I got this off a third-party site, but I want to say you could get it at Truckee. I'd probably rather get it at Truckee. I think it's a little safer to get it over there. And then we got the Atlas Van Lines scheme to tie it all together, and you can get that on the Steam Workshop as well too. So this thing has a 550 horsepower, 3406. It's a 13-speed transmission. I want to say it's Screech Bomb sounds. I could be wrong, but I think it is. So we're in Oklahoma, and what we're going to be doing today, unfortunately, we don't have any loads for this. I mean, you could load it. You could take it to a Walmart and load it, but it's just not very legit taking this thing to a Walmart and loading it up. I'd rather run it empty. Like, there's tons of houses in game. Why can't we just roll up in front of a house and they have like moving van jobs where you can roll up, you know, in front of a house, load it up, and then take it to another house? That would be perfect. But unfortunately, we don't have that. So we're going to run it empty today, and we're going to take it. We're in eastern Oklahoma here, as far east as we can go. We're going to take it down I-40 westbound to Amarillo. So we're going to drive all the way across Oklahoma in one go. Should be a nice trip. I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's go ahead and hop in the truck, and we'll see about going here. All right, I think our parking brake is off. Yeah, that's good. Let's drop her in first, and we'll get her out of here. Yeah, this is a sharp truck, guys. I love it. I saw this. I saw the scheme. The scheme just came out not that long ago on the Steam Workshop, and then if you look at the comments, it'll tell you where to get the other stuff as well too. But I saw this thing and I was like, man, I've got to have this. Like, I've got to have it. It's so different and unique. I want to say the R&D van is on Truckee. I think that's what it said, and it's probably a better one and more up to date. This one's kind of old, so we'll see. It works. You can let us. You gonna be yeah, you gonna be a bro and let me out? I think he is. Yes, he is. He's gonna be a scholar and a gentleman and let us out. That's nice. All right, so we go up here and we make a left, and we'll head westbound on I-40. Look at that dude, the Swift. He came off the interstate and he's getting right back on. What is up with that? I think that's what he did, right? I think that's, yeah, he did. He hopped right off and got right back on. Okay, well, that's AI for you. And then double that times Swift, and it won't ever make any sense, right? It won't ever make sense. Oh man, she's got a little get up and go. Yeah, running empty. Like I said, you could load this at like regular company jobs, but headlight usage. Really? We got hit with a headlight usage on that? It's like, it's 7 in the morning. No one else is using her headlights. Why did he get me? Isn't that typical, right? I've actually gotten busted with headlight usage in real life before, actually. We just had bought a brand new car, right? We got in a car, and we had to drive like 2 hours to get this thing, right? Like, you have to drive 2 hours to get a deal. It's absolutely worth it. So we drove 2 hours to get this thing. So by the time we got home, it was really late evening, and I didn't realize that like the headlights weren't on auto. They were just off. I hadn't paid any attention. You couldn't really tell like the road. Like it wasn't dark, right? It was like late evening, and we got pulled over. Dude's like, the deputy's like, you don't have your headlights on, sir. And I'm like, I didn't realize that. Like, we just literally just bought this thing, and he saw the dealer tag on the back, right? And he's like, oh, okay, well, you might want to take care of that. And it was literally, this is the kicker. It was literally in view of where we live. Like, I could look out the windshield and see where we live. So either way, we got off. It was okay. It wasn't a big deal, but yeah, it happens in real life. It's happened to Spur. Uncle Spur has gotten the headlight usage in real life too, so it happens. All right, we need to pop over. Dude, you see my blinker? Like, you could let me over. It would be nice if you would. You know what? Forget it. We won't go. We'll just stay right here. Like, I try to do these people a solid, and these AI, like, they won't even remotely... You know, it should be like, if they see my blinker come on and they're kind of flying up behind me, they should be like, oh, I'm going to let off the gas and like let this dude over, right? But no, it's full speed ahead. Full speed ahead, no cares in the world. Like, they just run right up into you if you don't time it out right. All right, let's go to 8 high. Sweet. This reminds me of Latawada. There's a place in Oklahoma. Looks exactly like this, the eastern part on I-40 called Latawada. Some of you may be familiar with it. And it's definitely a Latawada for Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a lot like Texas in a way. It's not quite as like geographically diverse. But there's like two different Oklahomas, right? Like the eastern part and the western part. They're completely different. Eastern part is like woodlands and it's got water and all kind of things, and the western part, not so much. It's like grassland. It's like plains and stuff, you know. All right, we hauling booty. She's driving really nice. Yeah, that 550 horses empty is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm telling you, someone needs to do a moving van job in this game. Surely you can like mod it to add more like companies and pickup points, right? I'm just assuming. I've seen a mod where someone did like a bull hauling mod where you can add in more places to pick up and haul cattle. So I think what they need to do is they need to drop some of those industry nodes like on some of these subdivisions with these houses, and you just roll up and pick up your furniture and haul it to another house. Like, that would be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect, guys. I would love that. I think that would be really cool. There's so many more things they could do with this game, right? Like, there really just is. You could do that. You could have a beverage company mod where you drive like the Coke trucks with the roll-up sides, you know, drive those between restaurants and service stations, you know, and load, unload there. We've got places where you can load for Coke. At least I have a mod that did that gave me locations where we can load for Coke. Usually you take them to like Walmarts and stuff like that, but like all the little service stations, you could drop off there. You could take gas there to the service stations. You could take food there. You could drive like a Cisco truck and take food. If you had a Cisco mod, man, just think of all the places you could go with that. Like, seriously, if you think about it, all the restaurants that are in game, you know, I've got the mod that makes it the real companies, but like McDonald's and Taco Bell and KFC and all these different restaurants, even the truck stops and stuff like that. Like, there's so much more they could do with this game. Like load-wise, company-wise, you know, I really wish they would. Maybe someone out there has some modding knowledge that can pull that off, right? It would be nice. I would love it. All right, I think we're good right here. Let's go ahead and go back to 8 high. Yeah, I would love to see more diverse hauling like that. Like I said, beverage trucks, food trucks. Man, you could do so much with food trucks. And I think the ultimate would be LTL trucking. Could you imagine driving Old Dominion? Like, you could literally drop off anywhere. Like, I've had Estes that's dropped off at my house before in an 18-wheeler with a 53-foot trailer. Like, parked in front of my house and dropped. So you could drop in front of houses, you could drop at businesses, you could drop at restaurants, like you could drop literally at anything LTL. That's like the ultimate mod. That's like the pinnacle of like load mods that I could see in game would be the LTL and multi-drop. You know, I think that would be really cool. LTL multi-drop, just go from one place to the next for a few hours dropping. Like, that would be amazing. I would love that. You know, you could do it for UPS, FedEx. Like, there's so much more they could do that would add so much more gameplay in addition to just adding DLC, right? Like, I'll be honest. Like, you could do LTL at John's Auto Repair back there. You could totally do that. But I'll be honest, if they did an LTL mod, and even if they, like, I would pay for that. Honestly, like, I would pay for that. If the price is right, I would totally pay for that. If they had an LTL mod that gave you a lot of drop-off points for LTL companies, ooh, speed drops down a lot. I would totally do it. I would pay for that. I think it would be worth it. But we don't see that. I think that would be another, like, good way for them to introduce revenue into their company, and apart from, like, just adding states, right? Like, that's just me. Everyone's going to be different. You know, to some of you, that, like, that kind of stuff may not be important at all, but I think it would be awesome to have. I would love to see that. All right, here we are, Oklahoma City. All right, we got to pay attention here because it gets, like, the lane changes get a little wonky. Like, you have to stay on your toes. Kind of like that in real life. You have to. I used to drive in Oklahoma City all the time. I haven't been in OKC in probably a few years. I'd say it's been at least 2 years since I've been in OKC. All right, I think we need to get back over to the right now. Yeah, it's 44. Okay. But yeah, I used to go to OKC all the time, lived about an hour and a half away, maybe something like that. Used to go down there. That was like our getaway, our little getaway trips we would make, right? We'd go to OKC. We'd take kids to the zoo. We'd go to air shows. We'd do all kinds of stuff down there. At least Oklahoma City back in the day was pretty nice. We enjoyed going down there. It's like, it's kind of a big city, but it's not like a huge headache like a lot of big cities, you know? Now we're getting on the western side of OKC. Back towards where, oh, he was hiding out behind the behind the barrier. Nice. We don't have to worry about that. We're all right. But yeah, this is where, like, the dealerships and stuff would be. Got a bunch of semi dealerships. That would be going towards the El Reno area. All right, we need to hop back over the other direction. They'll let us. You never know. Like, it looks clear, but if they're flying up on you, like, they take up that space in a heartbeat. Nice. Let's do a little bit of exterior view here. Look at that. Is that not sharp or what? That's pretty BA. Like that, I have to admit, that's pretty dang BA, right? Yeah, it is. That's sharp. I love the Drom mod. It adds more stuff too. It's not just the box. Like, it does a flatbed, and I think I forget what else it adds to it, but that's pretty cool. Man, another one. They're out big time today. Those troopers are everywhere. Yeah, it's pretty slick. I like it. It's so different, right? I'm all about different. Let's do the top view here. we can really enjoy the scenery. All right, coming into Clinton. Yeah, they don't have El Reno. That's kind of surprising. Like, they can only do so much with the scaled down map. I mean, I like this scaled down map, but I'm always like, oh man, I wish they could have added this, this, and this, right? But they literally just don't have the space to do it. And it's only going to get worse as they get into these smaller states. Eventually, one of these days before Spur goes into the retirement home, they're going to get up to like Delaware and Connecticut, Rhode Island. Maybe. Let's hope. I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, it's literally just going to be one city. At the current scale, it's going to be one city, and that's all they're going to be able to do with those states. Like, I don't know how they're going to pull it off. Like, I think, like, to really do it right, they're going to have to change the scale somehow, but I don't know how they could change the scale, like, between here and there without, like, having you load into a completely different map or something. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do when they start getting in these smaller states. Like, even, you know, Alabama and Mississippi are going to be considerably smaller than what they have now. You know, they've done these big western states that have tons of room, and that's going to go away really fast. Yeah, we're coming up on Shamrock. Been to Shamrock a few times. Usually go down there to get on the interstate. In fact, have we crossed the state line? Maybe? I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention. Take a peek real fast and see. No, not yet. Not quite. We got a little ways to go. Nice tow truck. I've seen that. I've seen a mod for being able to drive those. I think that would be cool. Maybe sometime. That's definitely a sharp setup, guys. I would try it out. If you're comfortable with mods and stuff like that, I would give it a try. Not everything, you know, as I said in the start of the video, not everything's on the Steam Workshop, and the Steam Workshop is ultimately the easiest. Like, all you gotta do is just subscribe and it's installed for you and everything is taken care of. All you gotta do is just activate the mod, right, when you get in game. But you know, the Drom Mod, like, you gotta install it, you gotta put it wherever your ATS Mod folder's at. The R&D trailer, I don't know if Truckee does it for you. You may have to do it manually too on there. I haven't got anything off Truckee in a long time. Alright, I think we're heading into Texas now. Is going to be it right up here for us. All right, let's see about grabbing a picture real quick. Let's do a screenshot. It's screeny time. I'm trying to think, how could I really wanted to get that in the picture too, but I don't think, like, I want to showcase the truck, right? Like, I want to focus on the truck, so we may not be able to do that. We may just like focus tight on the truck and then go from there. We'll see. We'll see if we can get something, but I think the thumbnail is going to be a little too busy doing that. I suck at thumbnails. I really just do. I hate thumbnails. I hate all that. I've said it a million times. I hate editing and thumbnails. It just really sucks. Because I'm so bad at it. Like, that's one of my really weak areas. You know, someone was kind enough to leave a comment yesterday and said, Spur, you're like, I think it was like, you're underrated or something like that. Why don't you have more subs or something like that? Honestly, I can't answer that question. I really can't. I wish I could. I think that's what I commented back. I wish I had the answer to that. I don't know. It's not from a lack of trying. I can tell you that right now. It's definitely not from a lack of trying. I'm constantly like studying keywords and SEO scores and all that stuff, you know, and trying to learn like better editing and, you know, thumbnails and that sort of thing. But I don't know. You know, it's not from a lack of trying. I can assure you that. Maybe one of these days. Maybe one of these days. But I mean, ultimately, it's still hard to believe that I'm pushing almost 7,000 subs now. Like, it blows my mind, you know? It's like someone else left a comment the other day and said, I've been watching you since before you had 1,000 subs. And that blew my mind too. Like, someone, you know, some of you guys watching and sticking with me for that long. Like, I am eternally grateful for that. I really just am. Like, it really just blows my mind to think of people like watching my content for that long and like hopefully enjoying it. I would hope so. Like, if you've been watching it that long, I would hope so. But I don't know. It's really humbling. Like, it definitely is. Like, it blows my mind. I guess that's the only way I could put it. All right, let's carry on. Because we'll be getting in Amarillo pretty soon here. Pretty nice out here. Yeah, they did a good job of capturing the field, you know, east of Amarillo. That's pretty much it. This is pretty much it. Not a lot of trees. Supposedly, I kind of like, I'm a little bit of a history buff, right? And I was reading somewhere, I can't remember where, that they said that actually, like, back in the day, back in the 1800s, like even like as late as the 1870s, there were way less trees here now or way less trees then than there are now. Like I said, a lot of settlers brought trees with them and stuff like that and had trees, you know, brought in, but supposedly there was a lot less trees. Like, it was just like purely grass, right? But yeah, this is pretty close. We're getting up kind of on the Llano Estacado, where it flattens out so much. You know, this might actually be a good location for a screenshot right here. Let's do that. Let's stop here and get a screeny here. Let's try it and see. Maybe we can get something better. Nope, not that direction. That's definitely not the direction we want to go. Maybe, yeah, I really just want to showcase the truck. And it's like, if you get up high to kind of really get everything in, you don't showcase the truck as much, right? It's like the truck and scenery. And I really think this, like, it's such a unique truck. It really needs to be more about the truck, right? I really think so. I think it needs to be more about the truck. If you guys have tips on thumbnails, because I know some of you are YouTubers as well, leave them in the comments. Let me know your idea and impression on thumbnails and stuff like that, because I can tell you now, I've tried a lot of things and none of them just really seem like to make much of a difference. I mean, honestly. You know, apart from just like taking a screenshot and throwing it up there and not doing anything to it at all, you know, but. All right, how far out are we? 24 miles. Yeah, we're almost there. So yeah, we're kind of on the Llano now, the Stake Plains. It's called the Stake Plains. It's the Llano Estacado. It's just a big, flat piece of land that Amarillo sits on. It's as flat can be. Yeah, kind of interesting. And you got, oh, the railcar place. Yeah, I know that place. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's cool. I never noticed that before. They got playa lakes out here. It's like basically big depressions in the Llano that fills with water. You know, the crazy thing is we had a lot of rain this year. And a lot of these playa lakes have been dry for like years and years and years and years. And they built subdivisions and stuff in them. And then now all of a sudden they filled up with water, and a whole bunch of houses, like whole neighborhoods and subdivisions got, dude, you saw me getting over. Seriously, man, they suck. Like, he just flies up on me like no tomorrow. Flies up on me like no tomorrow. Anyway, back to the Playa Lakes. Yeah, they had a bunch of houses and stuff flooded in Amarillo, which is really crazy because, like, you don't see a lot of rain and stuff there. But, yeah, the Playa Lakes filled up. So people wound up getting flooded. So if you move to Amarillo, make sure your house isn't in Playa Lake. And why did I stop way back here? I gotta scooch on up here. Yeah, make sure you don't live in a Playa Lake, because one of these days you may be surprised and find out your house has like a foot or two of water in it, really. Like, Playa Lakes aren't super deep. They're just like little depressions. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Probably a lot of you don't, but they're just like little shallow depressions in the land, right? And they fill up with water. So they call them Playa Lakes. They're naturally formed. I can't remember how they came about, but they had another type of depression here that used to fill up with water, and I have never seen one myself. I think there's some around here. They're called buffalo wallows. And so basically back in the day when the buffalo roamed the area, like, as far as the eye could see, herds bigger than, like, as far as the eye could see, nothing but buffalo, right? They would like wallow around in the ground, I guess, to clean their fur, and they would form these depressions in the ground that would later fill with water. So that was buffalo wallows. All right, we're in Amarillo, guys. Just a little useless information for you guys. Y'all can file that away, right? Buffalo wallows and Playa Lakes. Let's hop out. Like I said, we're not doing a delivery. We're just driving the truck. Got plenty of fuel tanks. Like, we could probably drive this thing all the way across the map and not have to get fuel. And not have to get fuel, man. This goes forever. Let's go over here. We're going this side because we don't need fuel. We'll go right here. I think this is about as good as any spot anyway, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. The Overfloater K100, the Drom Mod, and the R&D Kentucky moving van. Very, very nice setup. I'll see if I can remember. I will put the links down below. I'll pin them down below. Love all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll get you on the highway next time. Peace. Powerful. I don't think... Oh, what was that? That was horrible. Slam on the brakes. If you're not sitting down, you are now. What? No, big cat, no. Stop. Oh, no, kitty, go. No.